Well, you can make room on your Mount Rushmore, enter one of the greatest mixed martial arts athletes of all time, former simultaneous two-division champion, American Olympian, Daniel Cormier.
Just one of the absolute greatest fighters of all time. I mean, I'm not trying to pat the guy on his back. He gets enough praise in just about everything that he does. But when you talk about grit, determination, wrestling, cardio, you're talking about DC. He's a guy that wasn't the biggest for the weight classes, but what he did have was will, spirit, and a need to compete and win. And that's what propelled him into one of the best mixed martial arts careers of all time. And tonight, he tries to build on that.
Daniel Cormier finds himself in yet another big spot here tonight. Well, it's always tough when you draw that high-level wrestler who has a lifetime of experience in a one-on-one competitive situation. Prevailing wisdom is he'll have the wrestling advantage in this one tonight.
As his dad said, the moment he introduced him to the sport, he knew that he was made to be a wrestler. The kid slept in his headgear. He only wants to wrestle, and by doing that, he puts you in danger. He's constantly in your face, constantly trying to dig at your gas tank. He goes from transition to transition, single to double to high crotch. It does not matter the attack. He just knows that he will give you so much to process in terms of the wrestling that eventually he will get you to the ground.
You ever sleep in your headgear?
I sleep in my headgear.
All the time?
All the time.
All right, big one for him here tonight. Let's get to it. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world, and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Daniel DC Cormier. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is the former UFC heavyweight champion and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Mark the Hammer Coleman.
One of the best in the business, Mark Goddard, is our referee.
All right, let's go.
Well, a treat for fight fans tonight as they get to see Fight Live, one of the pound-for-pound greatest of all time, former United States Olympian, Daniel Ryan Cormier.
You know, Johnny, when I was in this career, it was always fun. People spoke of the wrestling a lot, but it was the grind, J.A. It was the grind that wore these guys down. A belief in cardio, knowing that, hey, I'm fatigued, but you're tighter than I am in there.
All right, so you saw it there a moment ago, early in the round. He knew the takedown was coming. Couldn't do anything to stop it. Coleman's back inside control here. Fighter is in half guard. Working from the top here. Pretty good grounded pound here by Coleman. Oh, good defensive work by him there as he gets out of harm's way.
Hey, posture's up here.
Good movement on the ground here defensively by Cormier. Lands with the grounded pound here. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. Half guard now. All right, into full guard here, DC. I know you don't like hanging out here.
No, you don't want to stay there. too much of a submission threat, you gotta pass.
Back mount now. And he is back up to his feet. Both fighters throwing heat now. Well, you can see the fierceness in his eyes. Fiercest competitor. Oh, that's the biggest shot of the fight thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. It might not be over now, but it's gonna be over very soon. Guillotine jump.
Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth. The submission defense wins this transition. Well, he's advancing now. Now he's gonna pull him onto his hip. Yep.
Oh, big reversal by him here, especially this early on in the fight as round one continues. And now he's got the back.
Beautiful transition by this man.
Coleman's looking dangerous here, full mount. Posture's up now. Oh, and delivers. Huge punch to the head there. Another ground and pound strike lands. All right, late round one action here, and the godfather of ground and pound, the Hammer Mark Coleman, would be proud.
He'd be very proud to watch this because he's not controlling him. He's finding openings, looking to take advantage and doing real damage to his opponent at the start of this fight.
Trying to make these ground strikes count.
He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here.
Ref won't help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of this position. Half guard now.
Coleman ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count. Oh, beautiful transition right into side control. Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
Man, this guy is moving just in perpetual motion, oftentimes transitioning. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, and he transitions not only to the next position, but to the next position, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, before you can even realize what this guy's trying to do.
Coleman's able to transition back to side control now.
There it is, now he's on the mount.
Nice positional control here. Oh, he postures up in a big head strike by Coleman. Cormier's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is starting to bleed a little bit now.
Oh, big elbow.
Round two, coming up. All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
Ready? Good.
All right, second round underway. Good takedown defense.
Oh, my God.
Oh, lands a hip toss now. Cormier's now in the full mount.
Nice shots landing from the top position.
Staying busy from top position, he lands another ground strike there. Oh, that's a good chance for two. He's on his back. Cormier's able to flatten him out. This could be real trouble now.
Posture's up.
All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you give up that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
Cormier's back in full mount. Posturing up now, could start to rain down some blows here. All right, half-guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man, I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep. Beautiful ground and pound. And now he's got his opponent cut.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Coleman. Oh, this is not good. Mounted crucifix, all that body weight from the top position. This could be the beginning of the end.
Yes, this could be the beginning of the end. This is a very, very bad position for the bottom guy. Top guy has moved into a position where he can finish the fight. He just needs to make sure that the trap he has set is still tended to so that the guy doesn't escape. Oh, look out here. This guy's got knee on belly position.
Head off the center line, slips the punch.
Nice pass.
Oh, he's got his back. Coleman's able to flatten him out. This could very well be the beginning of the end.
Beautiful job getting to the full mount there. You gotta be careful here.
Well, doing his able best to avoid the ground and pound here. Nice job by DC.
Oh, that was a nice pass.
All right, just as we saw a few seconds ago, he finds the home for another ground and pound strike.
Beautiful punch lands there from inside the guard.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Coleman. Oh, another strike lands from the top. Coleman's eye looks to have been cut open from one of those offerings.
It's never good to get cut, but right now it's a small one. You don't have to worry about it, but you gotta protect it.
Seconds to go, round two. Coleman's back to the side control now. Seconds winding down in round two. Coleman's right back to the full mount here. All right, that's the end of round number two.
Great job that round. He won clearly. Take a deep breath and relax. Look at him over there. It's like a piece of meat. He's beat up. Let's go out there and look for the finish. I want you to check.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
You okay? Good?
Third round underway. Hook to the head by Coleman. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Feint right there by Coleman. Double leg takedown attempt here, and that is a good attempt as he gets the fight back to the mat.
It's ideal. His ideal situation just happened. He got into the shot, didn't have to put too much effort to finish. Great job. That was nice. He's got to start throwing down. This man is landing brutal ground and pound.
While working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Coleman. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound. Nice job off of his back by DC.
Now he's going full mount.
Oh, that's a nice instinctive flow. Beautiful transition. Coleman's back in full mount.
He's posturing up now.
Oh, nice movement to avoid that strike coming down. Oh, big ground strikes. Oh, this, and that'll do it.
Wow!
That has got to feel good.
Wow, he didn't just get him. He got him bad.
So what a moment in this man's career. A huge finish in front of a capacity crowd. After party's gonna be on fire. How about it?
I mean, I'm just sitting here stunned because to watch a young athlete have a performance like this was really amazing. The finishing instincts, his ability to close the show, it was next level. It was amazing, John.
The official decision, it resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Rollers called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 56 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Mark the Hammer Coleman.
Well, there he is, the man of the hour. And you got to think this dude's going to get a serious Instagram push tonight after the win by TKO.
Oh, he's going to get a massive push because he hurt his opponent and he pressed his foot down on the gas until he got that finish. That was amazing.
Well, Jan Blachowicz has been the man. He's been the undisputed light heavyweight champion, but it really all began for him with this fan base when he knocked Luke Rockhold into oblivion. It laid the foundation for his championship success, and he's still getting it done north of 40.
John, you could see him building. Jan Blachowicz, you could see the momentum building. He always had ability. He always was a big, strong guy for the weight class. And you could see it building to the point that he became a world champion. He's a really high-level striker. He's a good wrestler, good grappler, great cardio. He has confidence now that makes him believe he's one of the best in the world. And for so long, Jan Blachowicz has competed against the best. Tonight, he gets another opportunity to do so, and he is so happy for it.
Jan Blachowicz has graced the octagon. He is ready to fight. Well, a lot of fan anticipation for this one, and rightfully so. A really interesting matchup, and a lot of people focused on this kickboxer trying to make a real concerted run at UFC Gold.
Yeah, he's trying to make a run at a championship. We have seen him compete at the highest level in kickboxing and done very, very well. But how does he implement that fight style in the mixed martial arts? We're going to find out very soon if he can do everything he did there inside the UFC's octagon.
Certainly in our fighter meeting, he talked a lot about his wrestling and grappling improvements, but he knows what the fans want to see, and that is to see him striking against this opponent here tonight. All right, ready to go from the house that MJ built. We are at United Center, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Both fighters now ready to engage. Let us see who emerges in this critical matchup. Our tail of the tape for this light heavyweight tilt. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Jan Blachowicz. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is the former UFC light heavyweight champion and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Vitor Belfort!
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
So here's Vitor Belfort, early round one. Few guys, if any, are as good in the first 5 minutes as the phenom and former UFC champion Vitor Belfort. We'll see if he can get off to a patented fast start here tonight. Well, when you rock a guy like that, you got to close the show. He was unable to do so. We'll see if he can continue to find the range.
Well, for now, Johnny's got to really be thinking, like, what do I have to do to finish this guy? Stay patient. You found it once. The next time, you may be able to get him out of there.
A big hook to the chin.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He doesn't know if he's in the octagon or at his mama's house on Thanksgiving. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Knock him out. The fight's done. He's still fighting. Oh, my goodness.
Well, he must have had a good warm-up, DC, because it is not taking him any time at all to find that kicking range zone.
Well, he's making his opponent second-guess everything that he's doing. That means, you know, he's fighting at his highest level.
All right, so he's landed a few big uppercuts already. And, DC, I know you're in the prediction business. You think he's going to set it up again here?
I am certain he's going to try and set that up again. Expect it to come off of a left hook, because off the left hook, you don't anticipate the next punch coming right up the middle. He's real good at trying to find that shot.
Oh, nice connection by him there. And it looks as though that shot actually has cut him open.
Yeah, cut him open. Right there, a beautiful shot lands, opens up the cut.
We were talking about something else, but a moment ago, there was a clean right hand that got through. Jan Blachowicz sitting down hard on that lead leg as usual.
God, I love the way he fights, man. He's so steady, and he's so grounded when he's trying to get at an opponent. But if you watch, his hands are always moving.
Just over 2 minutes.
He's hurt bad.
got to be an encouraging sign to hurt him to that extent. I'm not sure his opponent saw this coming.
Well, he didn't finish him, but he did hurt him very, very bad. It shows him that he can hurt him, but he...
Belfort's kick to the body, that one blocked. Oh, nice straight punch there. Must be nice to have a reach advantage like this, DC. Feint left there by Vitor Belfort. Takedown defense holds up.
Notice the drive. Look at how they drive the knee right into the midsection.
Right hook attempt. That's a miss. Oh, that is his hooks and gets on his feet. In a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that overhand right, he hurt people bad. And this guy has his opponent hurt very badly again.
Oh, man, he's on wobbly legs. Might be time for some desperation wrestling, champ.
Yeah, he's hurt very bad. He might need a level change to try to get a takedown.
"20 seconds now remain in the round. "10 seconds to go in the round. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So potentially a big factor here, ladies and gentlemen. The cut on the cheek sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round. We had a knockdown courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this. Again, he will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway.
Oh, nice little right hook there.
Belfort's in half guard here.
Big ground and pound.
Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. Nice job by him there. He was being dominated and is able to reverse position. Oh, how about that reversal by him there?
Full side control now.
All right, half guard. We'll see what he can do with this position.
Great ground and pound by this man.
Posture's up.
Nice transition. Side control.
Belfort's able to make a nice transition there back into side control. Well, not good body language from his opponent here, DC. He's curdled up.
No, he's exhausted. He's been beaten.
Błachowicz is looking to pass out of the half guard here and get that side control, but he is denied by the opposition. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
Armbar, John. Look at this. He's getting close to an armbar. He's got to be very careful defensively.
Ooh, that's tight. I'd be tight.
It's starting to get really tight in there.
Wow, he's out. The fight's going to continue.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was over. I thought this fight was over.
Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing. Man, this dude can't miss tonight, DC. Something about a flow state, I think, right? Finding that zone, not unlike a basketball player, getting into the pocket, then out of harm's way on the retreat. Beautiful offense, even better defense, looking like one of the best fighters in the world here tonight. So 3 minutes have flown off the fight clock there. Swing and a miss by Blachowicz. All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. You know, sometimes when you play basketball, you're in the zone. This dude's in the zone. Gets back to his feet.
Bro, he's in the zone, right? Sometimes you're just in the zone.
Oh, he's hurting for certain. Got to make an adjustment, I would think.
Yeah, this is the time for him to shoot for a takedown. Hoping that his opponent gets excited, overthrows, and he's able to level change and take it to the mat.
Another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the last. Oh! That is it! Vitor Belfort has done it again!
Oh my goodness. That was awesome.
All right, Bruce Buffer has the official decision. Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 55 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Vitor the Phenom Belfort.
So past 40 years of age, more than 40 pro fights, not an issue for the victorious Vitor Belfort here tonight. Of course, his name is plastered across the UFC record books, and he adds to many of those totals here with this performance. Congratulations to the Phenom, Rio de Janeiro's own Vitor Belfort. All right, here he is. You know who he is. Anybody see that mohawk right there? That's a beautiful thing. UFC Hall of Famer Chuck the Iceman Liddell. I think after the fight, win or lose, he goes to the Department of Motor Vehicles and says, I'm going to change my name from Chuck to Iceman. His driver's license should just read Iceman Liddell.
He's the guy that brought people in the fighting. I remember before the UFC had multiple pay-per-views a year, you would get together and you would watch Chuck. And it was always this question, not if Chuck would lose, who's Chuck beating tonight? And he would knock people out. This dude was the first anti-wrestler that once was a wrestler in the UFC. A true star of mixed martial arts.
And when you think about past legends, BJ Penn comes to mind. Perhaps no American fighter brought more eyeballs to the game than that man, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. The Iceman, Chuck Liddell, ready to make a statement here tonight. Well, he could have been a rugby league star, but Carlos Ulberg likes to fight, and he has been doing that at an exceedingly high level, really since debuting in the UFC back in 2021. One of the best light heavyweights in the world, and once again out to prove as much here tonight.
John, when you say he could play a whole different sport, it speaks to the level of athlete that Ulberg is. The guy's a tremendous athlete. He's so tall, long, fast. He can go from point A to point B in a split second, and he really does surprise guys. He surprises them now by taking his time now. You expect the guy that showed up against Nzechukwu, but today you find a guy that's a veteran and a guy that knows how to win fights. Carlos Ulberg is on fire.
Yeah, forged by the City Kickboxing training camps, he is feinting more, a much more layered striker than the one that debuted a few years ago. And now our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight fight. All right, now for the introductions, we go to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a former UFC light heavyweight champion and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Carlos Blackjack Ulberg.
Herb Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the octagon tonight.
Do it.
Blackjack in the building. Here we go, round one. Carlos Ulberg not all that far removed from landing one of the cleanest 1-2s in UFC history against Dominic Reyes.
He's an athlete. Carlos Ulberg.
Oh my goodness, I can barely get my notes together. A huge early connection there.
It's about the punch, but it's also about the setup. That was a beautiful setup that allowed for him to land that strike.
All right, so close call moments ago. We almost hit the showers early.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost over. It was really close. I mean, it feels like he's got a read on him now. So let's see if he can keep pressing or if he tries to slow things down a little bit.
Ulberg with some of the cleanest boxing in this light heavyweight division, measured in forward motion here.
Yeah, he stays very tall. Lead hand is kind of down to the side, but he wants to throw that jab.
This is why you pay to be in the building. Back and forth we go.
I mean, these guys are letting it fly. What a pace that they're fighting at. He's hurt so bad. He's got to find safety. Find a way that you can recover.
Now a leg kick. Just out of range with the big right hand.
Another one.
Liddell gets to the clinch right now, and thank goodness, because he is just trying to recover here. Well, both fighters realizing a lot of success here early on. Glad I'm not a judge.
Well, when this fight was announced, we knew that they were evenly matched. They've shown to this point how well prepared they both are.
Oh, he's in trouble. Ulberg's eye looks to have been cut open here. Yes, it has.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up.
Man, these guys have some chins on them. Huge shots being landed on both sides. Oh, setting up the left hook, but out of range. Oh, tremendous vision exuded by him there as he avoids yet another shot.
I mean, just slipping out of range. Footwork holding up beautifully. I mean, this guy's fighting.
Under 2 minutes to go now in our open. Oh, that's a huge connection there, DC. He is hurt.
Massive hook lands, and his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight.
Man, this is crazy. He's hurt, but he's still firing. Man, there's that body shot again. Defense has got to make some adjustments here.
And if the defense don't get better, at some point you're going to see him start to really show the effects of this body work. I love in fighters that makes that investment into the body early to get the dividends later in the fight.
1 minute to go in the round. Another strike hits that eye area, and it is getting messier by the minute up there.
Well, he's getting targeted now. He's been hitting that spot so many times that his opponent sees the cut, and the cut is advancing.
And, of course, there was a beautiful left hand that got in there a moment ago.
I mean, that was a massive hook up top. His opponent's in trouble, Jay. This is such a crazy fight.
Diving punch, flush to the head. Liddell's cheek looks like it's cut here, starting to bleed a little bit now. Albert goes for the clinch now. In desperation mode, but probably a wise move, trying to break the momentum from his opponent. All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. He's got a cut on his cheek sustained from that strike in the round. Now the focus becomes maximizing these 60 seconds, shutting that cut and preventing it from becoming a major factor here moving forward.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, round 2. This crowd is going sick after what they saw in that previous round. Truly an all-out brawl, seminal moment. Right over the top, right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Back to his feet. Wow, is he a human being? How does he not get knocked down there?
I mean, he's a tough guy. He's a very tough guy, and he's very smart. He's been under pressure before. He's been hurt before. And because he's done that, he understands how to limit the danger when he's gotten hurt.
Does he have clear intentions tonight, just fighting with such ease and conviction?
I mean, he's fighting as well as we've ever seen. The perfect state of mind to find success. He got him hurt bad here.
Ober gets back up. Liddell's eye looks to be cut open from one of those strikes.
Uppercut, John, but there's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect him.
Motioning for his opponent to stand back up here. That's it! That'll do it!
Holy smokes!
With a stunner by knockout!
Wow! He's destroyed.
All right, now we go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 32 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Carlos Blackjack Ober!
And there is the man of the moment, and what a moment this must be like for a professional athlete, right? I know you enjoyed the birth of your kids, right? But
Yeah.
you knock out a man in a cage fight, I can't think of anything better.
I mean, there's nothing like it. You know, you don't even hear the one that lands, that puts out your opponent's lights. And tonight, he got that done. And he should be very proud of the work he and his coaches got done tonight.
All right, so here he is, the former two-time UFC light heavyweight title challenger, Alexander Gustafsson. There was some retirement talk a few years ago, but he seems to have his head screwed on right now. Came back with that huge knockout of Glover Teixeira not all that long ago that many argue was the best performance of his UFC career.
Yes, and I'm glad that Alexander Gustafsson is still here.
Yeah.
Because why would you leave when you still are so valuable to everything that happens in the UFC light heavyweight division? A very, very skilled striker, underrated wrestling, has scored takedowns on some of the best wrestlers the UFC light heavyweight division's ever seen. Tall, big, great cardio, a fantastic fighter is Alexander Gustafsson.
And he's going to hang around at least long enough to realize a third crack at that elusive UFC light heavyweight title. Alexander Gustafsson has graced the octagon. He is ready to go. Well, DC, this is a true mixed martial artist of the highest order. You've watched the film. Hard for me to see much in terms of glaring weaknesses, and he believes he can react to anything that is thrown his way inside that octagon.
It's unbelievable because whenever you're trying to prepare for someone, you look for weaknesses. But when you watch this guy, nothing jumps off the page. When you think I have to go wrestle him, you realize very quickly that not only can he defend takedowns, he can also go and secure them himself. He's that new breed of fighter that has been doing every discipline from the very start of his career. You know you're looking at a guy that will contend for a championship.
And if our fighter meeting on Thursday is any indication, confidence, not an issue for this young man coming in here tonight. All right, with that, the wait for live action ends here. Both fighters have graced the octagon, and we are ready and raring to go here at United Center in Chicago. Our tail of the tape for this light heavyweight tilt. All right, now for your main event introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Hassan. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Atomic Alonzo Manafield.
Mark Goddard, our referee for this one, as good as any man or woman in the business.
Well, much better to come here in the summer than the winter, but it is great to be inside United Center here in Chicago, Illinois, where they have long supported the UFC.
Yes, for a long time, Chicago has come out when the UFC comes to town. It is a beautiful city, and the fans are always rowdy. It's going to get loud here tonight because championships will be won.
Big power shot there.
Another good shot. I mean, that was beautiful. Great job setting it up, getting the punch to the target, and hurting your opponent very early in the fight. This dude is hurt, but he's still fighting. Big counter right hand.
Circling to his right. All right, so his power has certainly been heard from early. Appears as though maybe the opponent has recovered a little bit.
Yeah, but he put him on notice, John. He knows now that if he wades into the danger, it can be very problematic for him.
Man, that was a massive shot to the head. You don't want to get too many more of those.
John, he is so fast.
Well, you know this movement well. Alexander Gustafsson in and out. All right, not trying to get ahead of myself, but perhaps the tide is starting to turn. He's starting to feel himself on the feet now.
Yeah, he's starting to feel himself. And that shot, what allowed for him to reset his mind. Like, okay, I can compete with this guy. Now he's got some respect. Let's see what he does with it. The biggest shot that he's landed all night. A massive uppercut land. Oh, he's almost shut him down every time he hits him.
All right, so early on here, round one, he's able to get the takedown.
He's able to get a great takedown early. He said he would, but let's see how often he can score takedowns in this fight. Oh, he's got to be careful, yep.
Postures up now and lands a vicious head strike. We might get a stoppage here. Gustafsson's looking for that arm triangle. Ooh, arm triangle's in tight.
It's getting in very tight.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Oh, wow, huge uppercut. That's going to leave him off. Under 2 minutes to go. Just out of range with that left hook. Pinpoint uppercut there.
That was nasty. He's got his opponent hurt real bad.
Strip the bonus checks now. This fighter has never looked better, just continues to do the dance in this fight, controlling the pace with his myriad offensive weapons, and he found the flow state early, right? It's hard for mixed martial arts athletes to consistently find that zone, that flow state. Ian Machado, Gary talks about it all the time. He has found it, and if he stays in that zone, it's going to be a real issue for the fighter on the other side. Oh, nice job by him to stay with it, steps around and gets the takedown.
Beautiful takedown, but notice the defensive fighter, John. He's in the butterfly guard, so he's giving himself a chance to get back up.
So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round. All right, so he can't get it here again. Good awareness by the defensive fighter.
seconds now to go in the round. Oh, that's a brutal cut on his nose there. He is bleeding. 5 minutes down, potentially 20 to go. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on the bridge of his nose and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. A stunner there with the head strike midway through. Nearly got him out of there for good.
Almost got him out of there. He hurt him badly. He had his opponent hurt real bad. Now his opponent's walking back to his corner. Everybody looks confused. They don't know what they're supposed to do to try to change the way that this fight is going.
Ready? Ready?
All right, round two. Well, this is crazy that this fight is still going on. An appreciative crowd obviously getting behind both fighters. Both guys just brawling like crazy in that previous one.
They both came with an idea that they were collecting $50,000 extra dollars. And right now, I am certain that...
Nice straight right lands. Oh, that's a nice lead hook by the fighter there, and really doesn't need the jab to set it up.
I mean, there's no wind-up. He doesn't really show that he's coming.
Oh!
And you guys are really, really good.
All right, he's been very slow. How about the short check? I think his eyes might be closed.
His eyes crossed, they rolled back in his head. This dude is hurt. Ah, that jab hurt him.
Well, so we predicted he'd go back to that hook, and he did. This time, the opponent was ready. How about these two going at it? Just over 3 minutes now to go in round two. Strikes are just brutal.
Big shot lands over and over again.
Surprise there as he lets his opponent stand back up.
He's hurt now.
Well, one-sided striking action this is all. Not on the defense there.
Johnny cannot be taking these shots to the head.
Trying to finish this fight. That'll do it.
Holy smokes.
That's the highlight he was looking for.
Hey, look at this dude. He dancing now.
All right, huge TKO victory for him tonight. We'll re-rack the replays for you now.
Yeah, I mean, he got him on the ground, and he went to work with the ground and pound. And you could see he was intent on finishing this shot. He landed punch after punch after punch until eventually he got his opponent out of there.
The official decision is in. We said it inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 47 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Atomic Alonzo Menifield.
Well, this arena is absolutely buzzing after that one, DC. An incredible win by stoppage for him here tonight.
And there were a lot of dangers in this fight with the kicks, the knees, the kickboxing resume of his opponent. To stay safe, to overwhelm him and finish in the way that he did really does propel him into something bigger. I'm excited to see what happens for this guy coming forward.